So I guess this video really is more of a video for you sort of long-term OG subscribers. You guys will know that this is the original sort of high-end gun in a way that I first bought, and the first gun that I was using when I very first launched the channel many years ago. We've had another come into the shop. The spray gun that we're using for all this video is the IWATA W-400 BELLLARIA. Now, I've recommended this to many people over the years as what I would consider the best value for money all-rounder. I would have thought that these days that this would be a gun that would have dropped off a lot, in my opinion, because obviously these days I'm in a slightly different position as far as life, and also what I paint, and also my opportunities as far as using spray guns go. But I have to say that after picking this up again, not only was there a massive amount of nostalgia for me with using one of these again, but also this gun absolutely still bangs. As far as application goes, in this video we're going to be using it for base, we're going to be shooting some clear through it, and I'm going to shoot some gloss through it. It is still an absolutely amazing all-rounder, and I've also been using it for a bit of wet on wet recently as well. Now, I haven't been using it as my daily for clear or anything like that, but I have been using it recently as like my daily base gun, just because I love using it again. It's absolutely spot on. Now, all the products that we're using in this video, we're using the KAPCI base coat, using the 60/30 clear coat, and also the 2K direct gloss in the last part of the footage. Now, I've only put a few short sections of each bit in because for some reason the files on this first Porsche video got corrupted, so I've just kept like the base coat stage up to about another 20 seconds or so, and then I've got one coat of the clear in because the second coat again was corrupted, unfortunately, and then I've reset my camera and reshot some footage today of some gloss work which I've added on the end. Now, sorry, this one wasn't actually the KAPCI 60/30. This was some express clear that we've got in. It's like a express 5-minute bait one, because this was a little rush job that we were doing the other day. I thought it was the 60/30 clear, but it's not, so I just have to, sorry about that, I thought it was. But I thought I'd make this video because I've been really enjoying this. I know John's been asking to see this with some clear coat as well, because it's featured in a few videos recently. And as I say, for the price bracket of this gun, and I will leave a link to the spray gun in the video description for any of you guys that are looking at one. I think these days they're coming around about the £250 mark. It's an exceptionally good all-rounder that will do everything that you need it to do. It will do base, it will do clear, it will do direct gloss, but at the same time it's doing it all with one air cap. There's no need to be changing air caps or tip sizes. We've got the 1.3 setup in this, the standard air cap setup for the BELLLARIA, and it's just a very well made all-rounder of a gun. It's extremely good. I cannot fault it. It laid down all the jobs that we've been doing with it recently in a very nice way. I had this at 2 bar full fan, and I believe for the first coat it was 2.5 turns out, but on the second coat I did crank it right up to 3.5 turns out, because these days I am used to painting a lot wetter than what I used to, a little bit less controlled than what I used to do really, but as you can see it's putting out an extremely nice finish. Now, this particular clear is like a full coat, you give it about 60 seconds and then you give it another half coat, and then that is it. 5 minutes at about 50 degrees and you can roll it out the booth. So it's a very quick, efficient clear to be using on the odd job like this. The only problem is with this, it's not like the KAPCI, where the KAPCI will take a longer bake, but the KAPCI polishes phenomenally well. That express clear is an absolute pain to polish, so you want it for a small, quick, fast in and out job. Any of the bigger stuff or anything over a single panel, there's no way that I'd use that. I'd be using the 60/30 all day every day. Now, another reason why I thought I'd make this video is finally we have a set of the new W400, the WS400 range in. So today, actually, as of recording this voiceover, We've just got the new Series 2 WS400, the Series 2 LS400, and also the Series 2 OBS. So they will be featuring in a video soon. I'm not going to give them a full review until I have had full use with them. So little disclaimer there that I will not be putting out a review in the next week or the next 2 weeks or anything like that. I will be wanting to use them for a good month before I put up an official review. I'll be giving you my initial thoughts. We're going to take a look at them compared to the old WS, because as you know, we've got the Series 1 WS in the shop, so we're going to be doing some spray testing with the differences between the old WS and the Series 2 WS, to compare obviously the little niggles that, you know, a few of us professional guys had with the Series 1, to see if they really have been tweaked out with the Series 2. And the guns are not sponsored. They have not been donated. I am not under any contract or anything like that. It is purely going to be my thoughts and my experience with them. I'll be shooting a few dedicated videos on them to try and make sure that people can see the differences, what the differences are, why the differences have been made. We'll take a look at comparisons of the new and old ones together, and try and really go through where hopefully the big step ups are with these new guns. The Series 1 is probably, I don't know, maybe a 10-year-old design now. So this Series 2 has had a lot of years to be developed, and a lot of money spent on it as well, no doubt in R&D and development and stuff like that. And it was, as far as I'm aware, due to be released a while back, but obviously with COVID and everything, that didn't happen. But they are finally here, and we have finally managed to get a set to have a play around with. So we're going to do some comparisons between new series and old series, and also you guys will be seeing obviously probably quite a bit of them in upcoming videos soon. But for you guys that obviously may not be in the market for a £600 spray gun, then, you know, if you're some of the guys that are doing bits at home and you're looking for a good all-rounder without spending too much money, and you're looking for something that will perform and that will last, then this has always been a massive favourite of mine. This is something that I have always said is a great gun. Again, this, you know, isn't something that I've been sent. It's not a sponsored video. These are my own thoughts. We bought this. The lad that works for me owns this gun. He bought this himself. I've been using it recently for a few jobs. I've been absolutely loving using it again, as I said, because for me this was the first big money gun that I ever bought myself. When I moved up from using, you know, a very long time ago, your everyday sort of cheap everyday crap, if you want, I bought myself one of these and I was using it as my regular gun for base and clear, back in the days when my editing and my video and my audio wasn't quite as good. For you guys like John that have been around since those days, and a few others like Carl and people, you know, will recognise this gun as something that I used to use a lot back in the day. Nostalgia's sake, it's been amazing to use. And I think if he ever decides that he wants to get rid of this, I'll probably have this off him, because it's been a great little gun to have in the shop. And even though, you know, we've got a lot of expensive guns on the rack, it's nice every now and again to pick the one up that you started with and have a little play around with it for a few weeks, and, you know, get a feel for it again, and just realise just how good some of these middle of the road value guns actually are, and just how well they still perform. I mean, I'm not quite sure how long I've had the channel now. It's probably 6-7 years ago that I was using one of these. And like I say, I thought, in my opinion, with all the guns and everything that I use these days, that this would have dropped off a lot, in my opinion. But I've loved using it again. It still sprays just as well as I remember. If in fact not, it probably sprays a little bit better than I remember. Or maybe it's just me that's moved on a little bit more in my ability as well over the last few years. but it's just been great to have a play with something like this again. And as you can see, the KAPCI 2K direct gloss, so this is 2:1 with the gloss to the hardener, and then 30% thinner, which is the standard in the KAPCI. I know that's a lot more than other brands out there for thinners, but the KAPCI range, whether it be the base coat or the gloss, is a lot thicker, so it does need that extra thinning. It doesn't make it any, it doesn't make your colours transparent, it doesn't over thin them or anything like that. It just brings theirs to the same sort of viscosity and sprayability as everybody else's, because you just in essence getting more bang for your buck. If I mix a litre of this, once I've added my hardener and my thinners, I'm getting 1.8 litres of sprayable, compared to say, like 1.3 litres, 1.5 litres in other people's. The coverage is good. I've not had an issue with coverage on colours yet with this. I find it does hold its gloss really well when it bakes. No issues with their whole system start to finish. I know I've had a few questions about that recently. I think it was Mike recently left some comments about the KAPCI range and what I thought of it as far as colour matches, and as a sort of more budget system, what's it compare like to the old system that we have. I have had no issues with this so far as colours go. The Spectro and the colour matching system and the software and everything for it have been spot on. It's probably one of the best things that we've done in a long time, was adding this system into the shop. Also, I have noticed that from the viewing figures and everything that you guys have very much been enjoying the tips and tricks videos. Also like my biggest tips for certain jobs. If you've got any suggestions for those videos that you'd like to see, we've got a suggestion last week for tips on clear blends, so the next clear blend job I've got in, I will pop that in there. I was just trying to include a little bit of something different, some different sort of tips and tricks rather than the everyday sort of here's me painting a car sort of content, and just try and mix things up a bit, and it seems you guys like that. So if you do have any suggestions on videos as far as tips and tricks go, and I probably will stick them into a playlist on their own, then do let me know, and I'll do what I can to get some of those shot as those certain jobs that correspond to your requests come in. So obviously we are running business, and I can't just sort of shut the shop in order to make a video. I do have to make my videos around what is in the shop and the sort of workload and the stuff that we're doing at the time. I also want to say a big thank you to all the new subscribers this month and new channel members. We've had a lot of new channel members sign up, and also a lot of new subscribers as well. I do appreciate all you guys, and all the subscribes, the likes, the comments, the shares really do massively help the channel. So if you're one of those guys that is here every week and you love these uploads, it's completely free. Hit the like button, leave a comment, click share it into one of your groups. It all helps us as far as YouTube goes with the algorithm and everything. The channel grows as quick as it grows, but it's nice to know that you guys are interacting and that you are enjoying the videos. And if you're not enjoying the videos, same again, leave a comment, let me know what you'd like me to improve, and if I can improve it, I will do. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I'll see you again soon for the next one. Bye for now.